Mm. Uh, uh. Oh, say everyone, how y'all doing today? I am Crow, your entertainer for this broadcast, and welcome to today's episode. As you can see, we are playing Space Engineers. Yay! Update last night, yesterday, whenever. That's a weird bound box right there. Just hanging out like that, like nobody really cares. Like thinking, who the heck is doing that thing? But oh well. Let's turn the music down a little bit. I can't hear my. Well, actually, I could do one better. Turn my headphones down. Well, first off, to let y'all know, I'm feeling a bit sick. Just a little bit under the weather. Not surprising, considering I've got basically a compromised immune system and everything makes me sick. I think I have the Metal Muncher, what I was calling the Metal Muncher, but now I'm just going back to the Gypsy Moth for right now. I really haven't settled on a name for it. If it was a... Let's see if I can get too far. If it was a Lego, like I was intending it for, I would... Oh, it's right there. I would keep it as the Metal Muncher, but I kinda implemented the put in the growth core that recently came up on the workshop for me, and I kind of turned it into a Zoid with an organoid Zoid core. So I made a Zoid after the Metal Muncher is actually now the Gypsy Moth again, but as a Zoid. Heck, it. Come here. Just gotta wait on you. And I did quite a bit of work to it as well. I actually found the Star Wars, the Star Wars, Star Trek mod pack, the weapon, and oh, it's a lot. In my opinion, it's a lot better than the what I was using. Instead of the limited 1 kilometer phasers, I've got the 2 kilometers now. I've got point defense that actually targets biologicals. Just come to find out, Greg is actually biological. I always thought he was not biological. Unless it actually targets biology and not biological matter, which I didn't think the Martian rock was biological. Unless you go the whole route of formerly biological. Yeah, but today I think we're going to be working a bit on the Air Guardian. As you can see, I've kind of put plating over this. I've got the Star Trek point defense thingies here. I put down a plasma turret cannon turret on the back here to cover that. That's actually what started its conversion to a Zoid than a Lego set. And then but what really started all was realizing this thing needs to actually go faster. Oh, what? Okay. Lights. Lift off. We have liftoff, folks. And I really wanted more gyros, so I installed the evolution gyros. Okay, so this way. I may actually change suits. Right now we will be working on actually this part in here. Hey, who said you could do that? Who said you could be doing that? Yeah, you've got to keep control of this girl. Let's just say, as a Zoid goes, this thing outdoes the Rainos, Arodios. Or is it Arodios? I always went Arodios. I'm falling! The Gungayalido or Gungarado, depending on your spelling. It's not Gungayarados. That's just a no. No, bad. There's no S on that. And the Battle Cougar. Greg. In the way of a performance. More along the lines of, ooh. There's nothing worse than a temporary solution. Wait, that's not Greg. That Oh, lights. Put it there, can't put it there, which I would just like to put it right here because it's right on the plate. Do that. That just looks wrong. Not necessarily wrong, but ew. There we go. Those there. Thought I need some lights for going up. I'm not seeing any, so. No. What I would like is not attach them to there. 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 Kind of something like that. You still stand out. But did I ever add? Yeah, I can. Oh, fudge. I just realized something. These wings will never go up as long as this is here. This would have to go back one if I want the wings to move up. Okay, lights. Red, yes. Intensity, offsets. No blinking. Emissives down to green. There we go. Oh, right in there. Should help. Bring out the landing gear. Oddly enough, I kind of made angel wings. I didn't realize. Just let her do her thing. Clean up this mess. Go looking for a few reference images that I closed out I don't know how long ago. Oh no, I'm out of ammo. So I've got enough plate from scavenging to a Wait, is Greg down here? Is Greg being a nuisance? So I don't come down here anymore. Hey, Sootie. How's target practice going? Notice you've been knocking a lot of birds out of the sky. Drop all this. I do self-maintenance mod, but I don't got anything hooked up. I don't got the assemblers hooked up, and I do not have the refineries hooked up. I took those out basically to... I took the refineries out and I put a vehicle bay in its place. Ooh, silver ore. Steel plate. Kentucky. You know what I want? Kind of want? I want a mod. I don't know if it exists, but I want a mod that disables flight, but still allows you to retain the your jetpack, but uses it like as a booster, allows you to go around on the ground at like at full speed, and still allows you to kind of lay on your back and everything, and kind of basically kind of and still kind of like skate around, but no actual flight. Because I have a tendency to come up, and I want a reason to use the scaffolding, which I was using because I started to get annoyed by the lack of precision I was having, which I probably use on here as well. And I'll probably have to drill some of this out in a little bit. Okay, so folks, give me a moment or three. Okay. Transformers, power up, primes. Images. Visit. Power of primes. Let's see, where is a good? It's not great. It's not too bad. Nope. You'd at least transform it, right? Okay. Okay, I will appreciate that attempt, because it kind of looks a little bit more interesting that way. Oh. So I'm not a particular fan of a parts formers, which Power of the Prime Optimal Optimus is, because you've got Optimus Primal, and then basically you got his quote power armor he fuses to, which is together Optimal Optimus. And I know they're supposed to be taken together, because when Optimal Optimus is in his 8 mode, he uses Optimus Primal as basically his jet board. It's upgrades. That may be useful. It's useful as well. Yeah, I kind of like the design, but especially Optimus Optimus Primal's design, his quote-unquote Cybertronian design, gives you an idea what he looked like before the Beast Wars and all, but the results are not, of course not. Let's go vehicle mode. Yeah, Cloud Flare. Vehicle mode. Okay. Let's visit that. Do. Ooh, this is, I think that's the one I was using before. Oh, crack, 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 crack. No, there's ways I can get around. I was going to say, there's ways I can get around that, you know, legal ways. .404. I was going to say 404. File not found. Yeah, I was proven wrong there. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good air. 3/4 rear shot. So that actually helps out. Ooh, dynamic shots. That helps out a lot. Gives me an idea of what I could actually put there and not put it up on top. Yeah, you're probably wondering, what are you rambling about? Well, I'm just a rambling man. Of course, they tried to pull that. Well, let's see what this site. Show.biz sold out. Yep, that's so. Wait a minute. Only one of those can fit in there? Yeah, that's nothing I haven't seen before. And there are better references. That actually has a little bit detail I have that others they made a cannon out of him. And, ooh, this is this one. Okay. Apologies, this is taking so long, but finding reference him, and I wasn't exactly planning on a working on a the Air Guardian. It's just I just found myself being directed that way. Okay. So. And I apologize for the yawning. At least I'm not sneezing. Oh, crack, crack, crack. My back. Went my back. Oh, you can actually take that off. Down. I was gonna say anything else? No, close that. Kinda move this more towards over here. Close that. Where's that actually pretty good one at? There we go. Move that one over here. No. This one's over here. What's that? Good 3/4 at. This one over here. Nope. Nope. Close that. That there. I'm going to kind of need the underside to that. Okay, dokie, smoky. And move this to over here. Apologies about that, folks. Or no, I guess I'll save it. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna take a drink of coffee. Ooh, coffee strong today. The coffee is strong with this one. Okay, how do I do the quote-unquote hip joint? So, I basically got to the quote-unquote hip area. And for the most part, chat, I am going to be ignoring you because I don't have my third monitor. I don't got my third screen, so I may actually have to take cues. Seriously, it's just that, huh? Actually, I'm not taking cues. I just don't got my third monitor. So, it goes there, extends out a little bit further. Stop bringing up Streamlabs, Crow. Bring up the fracking game. How much further, though? Because I basically only stopped at the shoulders. Crap, I closed everything, and it's not really showing me a good... Actually... So it goes out until the upper part starts narrowing. So this lower bit comes out to about here. That's not the color we're working in. far. Because the if you know anything about the toy, there is this round shoulder joint area that basically covers the entire, kind of like this part here. It's kind of like where the arms can ratchet up and down. You're saying you're building directly on the scaffolding? Yes. Like, how are you going to get off the scaffolding? Pink paint. Splatoon's pink. Splatoon's pink paint. So far, so. Got to about right here. Going down. Okay. And if Cinnamon comes to say hello, we will divert all of our attention away from the game, away from chat, and capitulate to Pupper's demands. Greg, thank you for providing target practice. At least it's not Gary. Gary tries to help, but often gets in the way. That's why I had to resort to the grind and repair system. Going down. I'm going to have to fix that hole. See, he was trying to repair it, but Sootie thought otherwise. I need interior plate. I used to have the connector over there, but hey, Sootie. And I'm going to need girders. Girder. There we go. Two here. You can have some of these back. So I'm going to need girders. I don't know who causes more trouble, Sootie or Greg. Greg tries to help repair things, but ends up breaking it. Sootie uses Greg to calibrate her weapon, her weaponry, aka the base defense, but ends up breaking everything, chasing Greg around. As I said, calibrating base defense. Scion, huh? Been a while since they showed up. With that one. Just something to cover the holes. Speaking of holes. Any other holes I should know about? Right now? You want to know what? I'm going to make scaffolding when that comes up. just to get up there. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to be making a scaffolding. So all I want to do is... There's a hole! Don't care what kind I use. Okay, so that... Oh, so that actually sticks out underneath it. So I'm going to have to create a scaffolding one way or anyway, because I need to actually go all the way up. Now it's just filling the hole. And now I think I can go back to chat. For now. Found another hole. Somebody dam up these dikes. Got Blacktron flowing through. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I just take steel plates and this I'll use the girders. Since I have them on hand. And I like using the two-way space method when it comes to setting up my scaffolding. No, 4. Stairs. I would actually fly around, but oh. That is so annoying. Actually, I think I need to basically set this up to be more... I found another hole. Like, at least a 3 width. Maybe wrap around? Don't know, because I can reach there. We'll get to that later. Yeah, for right now, a 3 width would work. When I switch over to another scaffolding style platform, which actually nope. uses these kind of scaffolding. And it's just one steel plate. If it would stop doing that. Stop doing that. Nam it, nam it, nam it, nam it, nam it. Nam it, nam it. Oh, I do not want to run here. Screw it, I'll build this entire thing out. Seeing as I can actually move freely underneath it. I actually, believe it or not, don't like using this kind of platform unless it's like for this right here, what I'm currently walking on, because it's a pain to clean up. With the other scaffolding I'm using, it's just clip the one attached to the structure, and it all comes crumbling down, and the grind and repair system deals with it. I call it the grind and repair system. It's actually the build and repair system. The nanobot build and repair system, actually, but okay, there. So, come up through here. Right here. I know that didn't look like it did anything, but wait. Here. Nope, wrong stairs. Here. This is basically how I built the entirety of the, well, not the, actually, the entirety of the what I've built so far on the air defender. Just one piece at a time, and I've been refunded refunded all my steel. Okay. Up here. Stand here. You. There. Get the vent in. That went in too. How Derek? You know, I used to know a Derek. Not a nice dude. should know of Philippe, actually. Well, he was born in France, but moved to Tennessee when he was his parents moved to Tennessee when he was an infant. So, his actual name, I believe, was Philippe. But come on, it's Philip. Everybody called him Philip. One of my friends at school when I was growing up. Not where I wanted you. But he was more of a gym buddy, you know. You know, you had your gym partner. Well, not your gym partner, not the ones you were teamed up with at gym, but you had your gym buddies. You had your cafeteria buddies, your lunch buddies, your playground buddies, your classroom buddies. Didn't have really too many except for gym. Gym and playground. Oh wait, it's not gym anymore. It's physical education. It's not playground anymore. It's recreational activities. Wait, they've gotten rid of the playground and the gym, haven't they? Then you had your friends outside of class, which oh, me and Jason in the Boy Scouts, we were terrors. He's the one I learned that stop, drop, and roll does not work if you do not remember it, and no one else remembers it either until it may be a bit too late. Oh, that's a story. It's one of those I can look back on and laugh. Because it's true. It's ingrained into your brain ever since you're if you go to preschool, but ever since since you're real young, stop, drop, and roll to put out fire if you're on fire. Well, it don't freaking work if you don't remember and nobody else remembers either, especially the adults in the room or on the campsite. And also, if there's a creek right next to you, there are different levels of waterways, creeks, springs, rivers, brooks. So don't tell me creek's not a word. And who are also holding things that can extinguish you. And who may or may not be either chasing you down because you're panicking like hell, or are trying to beat the flames out, which will not go out because your shirt is one of those made in the 80s, which is known to have been made of materials and chemicals, which is highly flammable. Yeah, my family was one of those that held on to hand-me-downs until they couldn't be worn anymore. That damn poor. And that was covered in breakfast grease. while your best friend, Jeremy in this case, is trying to get rid of the flames by beating it with a sausage grease covered spatula, which is only feeding the flames. Oh, that's one of my favorite stories. Of course, I was almost still asleep at the time when it was they told me it was my turn to cook breakfast. Nobody told me before I had gone to bed on that camping trip that it would be my shift to cook dinner. So not cook dinner, but cook breakfast. So I had stayed up a little late that evening, because that's what you kind of do. Nobody told me. They just went automatically assumed and volunteered. Because, hey, he makes good pancakes. And like hell, I was going to get dressed in my scout's uniform to cook breakfast because I knew it was going to get dirty. Oh, say hello, Joshua. Probably one of the best memories I had of Scouts was that whole fire incident. I had that burn up shirt for a while. Went around to several troops talking about fire safety. Uh, uh, well, take care when you head out. It is peoply out there, and there's a lot of idiots around. Oh, my condolences. I worked in retail for a year. Walmart to be exact. My and first only and last job. Then I went on disability. April 1st to April 1st. My condolences, Joshua. But like everybody that's worked retail, I'm of the opinion that You haven't worked until you've worked a retail job at least once. And everybody should be made to work retail at least once. If they're complaining about their job, they should be made to work retail at least once to see how good they got it. But yeah, my condolences. Even for the managers, even for the higher ups, my condolences. Nobody wants to work retail. Yeah, they just want the managers want the job to get done. They don't want to be there. The workers don't want to be there. Don't even think the board of the board overseeing the company wants to be there. Yeah. In my opinion, working retail is kind of like a rite of passage, coming of age into the job market. You gotta do it. It's that or a food industry. One of the two. And if possible, both. Like, I want $20 an hour. Well, how about you work an additional 20 hours overtime, and them telling you you've got to work another additional 20 hours overtime, but you're not getting paid for it. Or you need to take this overtime off of your time, but you still need to do this overtime because we're shorthanded like all our staff today because these managers can't come in. This department is a kind of behind. Or you're the only one in your department when you were promised like 3 other people. In there. And you're the one that actually has to train yourself when you first get hired, because there's nobody there to train you. That was my case. Your managers are complaining, why are you doing it this way? Didn't nobody train you? No, that's what you hired me because there's nobody here. Of course, I was on a night shift. Yeah, I was a food meat department, deli wall. Not just the not just the not just the lunch meat and all, but actual steaks, chicken. Everything had to be out by a certain hour. And on top of that, you're being called to different departments to cover different people's shift and they're still expecting you to get your job done. On top of that, you're covering for people who are calling in. As I said, retail's a rite of passage in the in the workforce in the workforce. This side's up. Yeah. Been there. And I think the reason I got fired was I kind of got my store in trouble because of how disgusting the meat coolers were. I actually showed how disgusting the meat coolers were during a inspection. They wanted to talk to the person on staff at the time, and the person on staff on the department, and to show them around, and I was the only one on staff, and I'm not gonna play politics. I'm not gonna bullshit them. Those things were filthy. Let's just say things were growing in the bottom of the drip pans. And that was another reason why. They took out the live. Let's see. Yeah, took out the live fish and live fish, lobster tanks, and shrimp tanks too. Yeah, retail's hell. Which ammo do I got? We got 100 odd, not 100 odd. Odd is 0. But back up there. Unknown signal detected. Go for it. I go for it. But not right now. It's still falling. And see how easy that was to get those scaffolding down. Now it's this. I have to paint all of these to get these, to take these down, or grind them. I prefer painting because I'm not standing there with the sparking going back and forth. Oh wait, that's that. I don't have to worry about that. I'm not bored. I'm actually doing something. Very much enjoy the the nanobot build and repair systems. And it actually helps with my migraines and headaches because I'm not exposed to basically the welding, sparks, the flashiness. I totally forgot about the. Okay. We need to paint you yellow. Not white, yellow. Okay, we got you. Just takes one steel plate for these scaffolding pieces. Oh, I am building a dreadnought. Specifically, an aerial dreadnought. Or I'm actually trying to build a spaceship dreadnought that can that can work in atmosphere. It is based on, if you know the toy Optimal Optimus, it's just regular just regular space engineers. If you know the toy from Beast Wars, or the latest interpretation, the Transformers Power of the Primes, Optimal Optimus, that's kind of what I'm basing the reference image. I'm using reference images of. But this thing is massive. I want to make sure it has a lot of weapons. It not only is going to be a destroyer, it is going to also be a carrier. It's going to be self-sufficient to the point where it can mine. Well, I wouldn't exactly say mine. Well, yeah, you can mine asteroids, but when it comes down to a planet, no. You can mine asteroids on its own, but it's mainly kind of like going to be like a mobile base. It's got its own assemblers, its own its own refinery. But it's going to be massive. And it's going to be a pain, most likely, to turn. I've known it, if I've tested out anything like the Well King mod, it's going to be a pain. Because for anything else, I'm using heavy armor, not light armor. Because I'll come back through here. So far, it's this big. We are towards, I would say, the thruster area. Up here is the command area. This is kind of like the hangar right here. You can see this right here. This is from the mod, the solar panel windows. Just to give it a little extra. Well, I'm waiting on a more development on Space Engineers 2 for them to get more features, I guess you could say. I'm not going to just rely on mods and mod authors to create the stuff. I'm going to wait for them to put in a few more features before getting it. But I will be getting it. For now, I'm going to be sticking with just the regular old Space Engineers. Because it's still being updated. Yeah, right now we're kind of like in the thruster area, I guess you could say. It's up there. Why is that? Yeah, I've actually been watching King's give me a minute, I need a cough. Here. Ugh. I've been kind of watching King's updates, and they look great. Graph, kind of some great graphical improvements. Great gameplay improvements to the block system, but I'm still going to wait because last I heard, weapons weren't even introduced. The mod community had to introduce those. I would have assumed they would have introduced the weapons right off the bat. Instead of doing it like a Space Engineers 1 and releasing it as a DLC like the Warfare package with the Warfare update. There. That's only 3. I need a. That's only 3. Yeah, I've got. I've got it wish listed. It's just I have no plans on purchasing it until maybe like there's either more development or there's some more features in it that that appeal to me, because I'm really into the weaponry and yeah, I'm just into the combat mechanics. And right now, with Weapon Core or a Space Engineers 1, I can do some pretty interesting builds. Now, if there was a system like a MES for it, then I'd also be interested. But I'm not too sure if there is, because that's going to take a little bit of a developing off for the mod authors to figure out the Space Engineer 2's systems. Probably because I believe SE2 is based in Unreal 5. And while it's not that much of an upgrade, I'm not too sure what a SE1 is its a game engine is based on, but Unreal can be a bit difficult to mod with if you're not familiar with it, especially adding complex encounter systems like MES. Or is it? Or MSE. The modular encounter system, modular encounter spawner, modular spawn encounters, whatever. I'm out of steel plate. She's listing, Captain. She's listing. Woohoo! Down there. There. Locked. Now for steel plate. And I can't see what time it is. It's 4:19. Hey, Sootie. Having fun antagonizing Greg? Drop that. Drop that. Greg's own fault. He wanted a job. We gave him a job that we currently... The only job we currently had open. Field weapons technician. He said he had experience in field work. Didn't think he actually meant he had experience as a field. Well, actually, I think he meant he had experience as a field. And weaponizing it against people. Oh. Going down, coming up. I will say that's the one thing I do like about the jetpack. It can save me from when I start falling. Going down. No, 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 we're already at the bottom. Use the stairs, Luke. Use the stairs. There we go. Ah, crap. Folks, my head is really starting to hurt right now. And my eyes are starting to go wonky. So I apologize for having to do this. Save it if you can. Oh, the game's already saving. Good. So I am going to have to call this stream. Looks like I'm only going to be able to do an hour 30 from now on, or until whenever. So I apologize for doing this. This is the end of today's episode. Do what you normally do, because I know I will be. I'm not going to go through the spiel beyond saying I'll catch y'all on the bounce. Later.